This is the official pre-event press conference for EFC 118. Live from the World Sports Betting Arena, Johannesburg, South Africa.
Welcome, fight fans, to the EFC 118 pre-event press conference. We are a huge fight night for you this coming Thursday. We've got the interim featherweight title between Rudy Roots and Ayanda Zwane. We've got a return of Martin van Staden at lightweight, and he's facing off against Cole Henning in what can only be described as a massive stand-up war between those two guys. And depending on the outcome there could be a number one contender fight for the lightweight title, something that Martin's intimated he wants to chase again. And we've got massive fights, the return of Jason Colville. He'll be facing off against the number one welterweight prospect, Peace Ngopane. And we've also got Billy Oosthuizen, who is on the main card in the first fight of the main card. And let me tell you something, he has never failed to put on a fight of the night performance bonus for us. Okay, let's kick it off. EFC 118 questions.
First question is for Rudy. Rudy, you just came off tough. So I want to know in terms of the experience that you got there and what you're hoping to showcase coming back to the EFC.
My experience in TUF was absolutely amazing. And, you know, being on Team Bullet, I felt like elevation in skill, elevation in just mentality as well, stepping up to the plate on a bigger scale, just boosted my confidence so much, you know. Unfortunately, didn't go my way in getting a call back, but still taken so much from it. Working with herself and her coaches specifically, I feel elevated everything in my game, and bringing that back to South Africa and being able to showcase that 10th of October excitement undersells it, because I can't wait to showcase those skills.
I under the power. You're fighting against Rudy, obviously, having heard that he's coming back from tough. This has been something that you've been wanting to do, fight for a belt at the EFC. Do you think that the moment, you're ready for the moment? How do you feel about combating the nerves and the moment itself?
Look, it's a great opportunity. Nerve-wise, I'm not too nervous. It's a great fight, and I'm happy to be fighting Rudy. Like I've been saying, having his head on my resume means more than the belt. The belt is just the cherry on top now. Everything has turned. I've always wanted to fight for the belt. I've been calling out, I think, the first time I got on the mic with Simon. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited to get in there with one of the best and showcase my skills. I love these big fights because when I get a name like Rudy, my fight game changes. It improves me as a fighter. So I'm looking forward to a good throwdown. It's gonna be a good throwdown. We're gonna fight, definitely.
You mentioned that your fight camp changes. Is that something that you wanna kind of peep us into? What changes have you adjusted in this fight camp?
Wait for Thursday. Wait for Thursday.
Martin, you're coming back having obviously climbed the mountain in the EFC. You've gotten the lightweight strap. What does the return mean for the Punisher this time around?
Yeah, it's always the same. Like, I like to compete, I like to fight. I'm looking forward to getting back in there. It's been a year and 6 months since I last competed, and it's been just over 2 years that I haven't fought for EFC for. So I'm just excited to get back in the hexagon here and fight in front of my home crowd, my people, and just put on a show like I always do. You know, I bring it every time. I'm grateful for Cole for taking the fight. Up until last week, I didn't have an opponent. So thanks to Graham and the EFC for finding someone so I can be on this card, because I've been training for the last 5 months. So just excited to get back in there and make a statement and hunt for that lightweight title. So that's one thing I want to get back. I know Iga is currently champion. I hope we don't have to fight. But let's see what happens. Everything depends on what happens on Thursday. But I know I'll get my hand raised on Thursday.
Is something like ring rust a thing that you're worried about or concerned about heading into this fight on Thursday?
I mean, some people have ring rust. Listen, I train with high-level guys on a daily basis. I think this is going to be my 43rd professional fight, so I don't believe in ring rust. The fight's a fight at the end of the day, so I'm going to show up like I haven't like I've fought yesterday when I step in there on Thursday.
I'll stick with you, Martin, whilst you've got the microphone. I write a lot of the promo scripts for the EFC, and my wife criticised me recently saying I use the word legend too often in these scripts. When she read yours, she told me I wasn't saying it enough. What has the change to CIT done for a man who's seen it and done it all?
The change has, let's say, lit a new fire under my arse, you know. Going there, hanging with the guys there, under Mornay's coaching, Dricker's there, giving me advice. It's just, it was a breath of fresh air, you know. It's kind of in a stagnant place. You know, when you're stuck in a cycle, it's a repetitive cycle. And going there, it's been a breath of fresh air for me. And I'm excited about the next couple of years of my career. You know, I'm 41 years old. I'm turning 42 next year. I feel like I'm 25 years old. I feel amazing. Fighting's a mindset at the end of the day. I think there's a lot of guys that are younger, excuse me, that are young, they have injuries, you know, they get influenced by people when they get to their 30s, you're getting old now. For me, it's about how I feel and how I approach the game. And going to CIT and training with the best fighters that this country has to offer has just reiterated that for me, to mean that I'm still on that level and can still compete with the best fighters in the world. And that is exactly what I'm going to do.
Sorry, on that point, I do not mean to interrupt, guys. I get goosebumps when I talk about this. Sitting next to this gentleman, I've said that to him after one of his fights. I don't know if he remembers that. And I told him, you know what, Martin van Staden, you are one of the biggest reasons that I fight today. Me as a small boy, my father knows. I have sat in front of the television, and I'm like, guys, the Punisher is coming on now. Watch for it. It's one of the biggest reasons why I'm competing in the EFC till today, because he has laid the bricks that we walk on. So legend, 5,000.
Well said, Rudy. Talking about legends, Jason Colville returning a piece. You seem to have developed a reputation for taking major scalps of some of these EFC veterans. Is that something that you see in Jason, another opportunity to take a big name and put it on the resume?
The legend killer's back. That's all I can say, man. You guys brought the legend killer from the closet, and he's back at it again. Jason, he's a veteran also, tough, aggressive guy, and we're just gonna go in there and showcase, man, and test ourselves. And but hey, the legend killer for a reason.
Billy, Ria Murillo done a pretty young fighter in the game. You're also a legend in terms of the highlight reel knockouts you've got. You always put on a fantastic show for the fans. But is there a danger that the new hungry gun, similar to what Peace was talking about with Jason, is looking to take a major scalp? Anyone who gets in a far fight with Billy the Kid and wins will have an even heightened resume. Is there a risk there? What would a fight against a guy like Rian do for you?
Well, first of all, there's really no, how can I put this? So there's no safe way to fight in any way, right? But at the end of the day, like I heard from a legend, there is levels to this game, and my levels are just too high. So yeah, to get back to your question, what does it do for me, this fight? This is my stepping stone just to get up there. I need to keep fit, I need to keep fighting. Yeah, and I want to get the ring rust, eh?
Sorry, we had to pull a couple of fights apart in order to make this Thursday happen, and I'm happy we've done it. But in the wake, we've had to recreate some fights that I think are great fights. But the potential for there to be a number one contender fight was always there between Ayanda and Billy, and I mean that was a fight we wanted to make happen. But then when we needed to put the title fight together, Ayanda stepped up and we recreated that. I thought that would be a great fight. So Billy is very much in the discussion. And actually looking at the entire card, besides the title fight, you've got Martin and Cole, who are would be considered the lightweight contenders in that division. You've got Peace of Pane and Jason, who are definitely up there. I mean, Peace has already earned quite a lot of stripes, and if he gets a massive win there, huge. Billy very much in the discussion.
When I get it.
And Albert Steiner, give him a juba. I mean, what a banger fight. At lightweight, or welterweight, this entire card is super, super stacked. That's only the main card. So a lot of pre-contenders, a lot of big fights in the making.
Question for Peace. Peace, in your last fight, we know that you were calling for a title fight against Zakir Badat, but then that's not what you're getting here. So what exactly are you trying to prove with this fight?
Oh, I think there's a question for Graham. I'm not trying to prove anything. It's all love, it's all respect for Jason. I just asked myself a couple of questions when I got the call. Where is Jason taking me? After I beat him, where am I going? Is he at the top also? What's happening? So, but hey, it's a fight, and I'm just grateful to be here. And I didn't get Babadat. It's cool, but I'm definitely going to be the next welterweight champion soon.
And keeping with you, we know that Zakir Badat actually has a confirmed fight against Luke Michael for, the title. So I just wanted to know, if Luke Michael is to win that fight, are you willing to also challenge him?
Now, listen to this. It will be a great story because he would be the guy that got beat by the master and the student. So JP beat him, which is my coach. And if he wins, then he'll just gonna be beat again by a student. So for him, if he wins, if he wins, then it will be a great story. The master beat him, now the student will beat him. And if he doesn't win, still, man, Luke is not the eye. That gold is the eye.
Rudy, question for you. So I know that you trained with a lot of, up-and-coming names over at TAF, but right now, like here in South Africa, you train with the champion, you train with Iga Kabesa. Do you feel as though that gives you an advantage in this fight?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And not just in regards to Iga, I don't know if you guys know, but my father is the first coach in 16 years to qualify a wrestler for Olympic Games. So I'm sitting with Olympic-level coaches. I'm sitting with double division champions. I'm sitting with the best people in my life and the best community that I could possibly have. So not just an advantage, but advantage in every single aspect in my life, including my social life as well. So love the people in my life, love my father, love the double champ, and getting to fight for that interim belt to show him a little something, that's also great. So yes, absolutely, I feel like that gives me an advantage.
Ayanda, question for you. So there may be some people who are still questioning you getting this title opportunity right now. Some people might be feeling like it's still too early in your career or anything of the sort. What do you have to say to those people?
If not now, then when? And I love what Rudy just said now, but everything just said now about his teammates and his dad. Much respect to his family. And look, there's no pressure on me. I don't do pressure. I think I said this with the Steven fight. This fight, I win, I end up with Rudy, right? Something happens, Rudy wins, he just beat Ayanda. If we said it's too early for him, it's okay, but the pressure's on Rudy, not me. After I beat him, then what? What does this say about me? Do I also deserve a spot in TAF? It's a question.
Absolutely, and on that point, Ayanda, I just want to thank you for stepping up to the plate. Much respect to you, your team, your family. Thank you for accepting the fight. Like I said in the Engaged series, thank you for having the balls to take the fight. I respect that, and come Thursday night, we're going to sort it out there. Thank you.
Definitely, brother. Much respect. Let's give them a show. Let's fight, man. Let's fight.
Billy, I would assume that you also have an eye going into Thursday if you get the job done against Dan. You have an eye on the title fight, having been in the Grand Prix.
Yeah, definitely. That's what everyone wants. You want to get up there. And to get back to the question you asked Diana earlier, at the end of the day, everyone fights to get up there. Everyone fights to get the title. And if you're really fighting to check who you're fighting, I don't think then you love fighting. then you want the career, you want to tap it, I don't know what you want to do then, but I think if you get the fight, I mean, take it, especially if it's for the title. Just make sure your prep is right. If your prep is right and you did everything you absolutely know you can do, do it. That's what I say also. If I get that shot, I'm taking it.
But let me stay with you. Have you changed your fighting style over the years? Because there's Graham Cartmell saying that at some point real soon you deserve a title shot. But you got the fighting style that just puts bums on seats. Your guy just engages in a firefight and puts on these incredible shows. But it's not necessarily the fighting style where you pick and choose your opponents coming in here at late notice, for example, coming in and just throwing down. That's what I love about you, but it's not necessarily something that works out a good career record or trajectory to the belt. Graham, do you not think that Billy deserves a title shot regardless of what happens on Thursday anyway?
Yeah, look, let's be real. I disagree with what you said. I disagree. You know, there's lots of athletes who fought for the title and still put bums in seats and been showmen. I mean, got a plethora of them. But what I'm saying with regards to Billy is, I think that he definitely deserves a title shot because I don't think that fight should have been stopped. The Simba fight was, for me, a very weak stoppage. And it's really just not on. You know, we get so many guys come in here, they put on an absolute war, and it's such a huge build-up with this Grand Prix, and I think it was stopped prematurely. So I don't think it's knocked him off his tracks. He's still come back. He's beaten Super Ciso, and now we need to see how he does in this fight. But yeah, I can't see us steering away from a title shot with him, for sure. It always makes sense when you get, you know, potentially any which way this could go. And Billy Usta is going to be great.
To get back to you asking me, did my fighting style change? I don't think anything changed. I mean, I get in there, get the job done. Whatever I have to do, I do. But then also a lot of the tools have changed, yes. Because when you start, you realize stuff like, okay, I'm getting my ass whooped this way and this way. So you need to work on that in order to get better. But yeah, no difference fighting style. It's just get in there, get the job done, do what I need to do.
Short and sweet. I love it. Okay. What a huge fight card we have for you this coming Thursday. You cannot miss this fight card, ladies and gentlemen. EFC 118 presents so many incredible bouts and kicks off summer. I mean, it's hot in Joburg. It's going to be super hot in this venue. And I think that these guys are going to be cooking when they're fighting. So let's have a great fight night this coming Thursday, EFC 118.
EFC 118 promises to be one of the most scintillating cards in recent memory, with two standout matchups that will rocket fight fans' anticipation through the roof. Fresh off his incredible run at the Ultimate Fighter in the UFC, Rody Rhodes returns to the Hex to battle for the interim featherweight belt against former contender and deadly kickboxing specialist Ayanda Zwane. Whilst the thrilling co-main event witnesses the return of former champion and fan favorite, the one and only Martin the Punisher Van Staden,
Martin the Punisher!
who takes on fellow veteran and feared grappling demon, Hanru the Bully Boda. EFC 118, Thursday the 10th of October, Johannesburg, South Africa. Broadcast and ticket details at efcworldwide.com.